Man, I love Tiara. I actually really like Tiara. I like Tiara and Shikaya. I think they're just so great together. That whole like gullible cuteness thing going on there. If we get another season, please give us another season of Makeine. I want more of them. But yeah, episode 10 of Makeine was absolutely fantastic. So much fun stuff at the beginning segment, and then just going right into a gut punch at the very end. An absolute gut punch in the end. I really having a nice little mixture of every single character. I think Yanami was the only character that didn't really get much there, besides her little ghost dying twice thing. We even got some teachers in there, which we need more of the teachers. It's just a great episode overall. But let's dive into it. I want to jump to each character one by one. Let's just kick things off with Komari and her relationship with her senpais, because that's really the meat of the episodes. That was the gut punch of the episode. And that's really kind of centering around the idea that I think Komari hasn't given up. I think even as this episode ends, and that makes sense, all these girls are dealing with the same thing. Yanami can't give up on Sosuke, Lemon can't give up on Ayano, and it's going to be the same for Komari. This is not going to be something that just heals overnight. But I think what was kind of the shocking thing here was getting into another character that feels guilty about the whole situation. Tsukinoki absolutely feels guilty. And we got that sense. I mean, she was crying about it right from the very beginning. She felt bad. Komari wanted to be her friend. It just got her in tears. But yeah, that whole beginning segment right there, or at least that first part of that later segment, is really, again, Nukumizu talking to Tsukinoki. And I thought it was a very interesting little segment here because Tsukinoki is saying, take care of her. They've done it a couple times. Passing the baton, support her. And he's like, no, she pushes people away. I don't think she wants to get involved with me. And Tsukinoki is almost right here saying, I can't do it anymore because I'm a bad person. I'm a B. I used her as a stepstone, basically. It gets in the idea that she never felt, she knew that Komari liked him, but at the same time, never thought that she'd have the courage. She's too weak. She won't be able to do it. And then suddenly she got the courage and she went after him. I nearly lost him. But thankfully, we talked things out, so things went okay. If we didn't, she probably would have gotten with Komari. And it almost feels like right here, again, she is pushing Nukumizu to support Komari because she feels like she shouldn't be able to do that anymore. It almost feels like she can't be a friend even though they're supposed to be friends because she feels so bad, that guilt there. But I almost feel like right here, they mention the idea that they're probably talking together. Komari and Tamaki are probably talking to each other right now. They're probably alone. It almost feels like she wants them to be alone. I almost wonder if right here she's trying to give Komari a chance to sneak in there so that she doesn't feel guilty anymore. They're probably alone. She probably wanted that to happen. Get that chance, Komari. It kind of sucks. It really does suck. But again, this is similar to the whole thing with Lemon. I almost feel like she's blaming herself here for her unpleasant thoughts. Lemon had the same problem. I wanted to steal Ayano. I'm a bad girl. Not really. They're just thoughts. We all have these little intrusive thoughts, these bad negative thoughts that just pop in our head, but we don't ever take action on it. And yes, it can kind of push her actions to do certain things, but it's not as if she's a bad person overall. It's okay to have these thoughts. It's just what you do with your time. What you do for people is the important thing. Your actions are what are important here. But it still feels like a gut punch to have her vocalize the fact that, again, she feels like such a bad person. But yeah, the scene with Kamari, oh my gosh, that wrecked me. I got so teary-eyed with the very end of this whole segment here. And yes, it's Nukumizu going up there, confirming that, yeah, Komari talked to Tamaki. He thanked her for everything that she did. She, again, goes right back into that. She asked him, if that whole thing didn't happen with you and Tsukinoki, would you have gone out with me? And it never answers it. That's the interesting thing. It never answers it. Komari does not tell Nukumizu what he said. My assumption is that he probably say, yeah, I like you and all this kind of stuff. Or he possibly could have said no to help her because she said that he's a good person. But it kind of shifted quickly into sort of what was going on with the festival itself. The exhibit. Why she did the exhibit. Yes, it turns out to be exactly what both Yanami and Nukumizu said. Back here, when they first put the exhibit together, there was a conversation between Nukumizu and Yanami. And it was sort of putting this idea that each of them seeing what Komari was doing was different. On the end of Nukumizu, it was this idea of like a sending off. Don't be worried about me. She's doing it to help them out and make them be okay with the whole situation. Whereas Yanami was thinking about the idea of love. Unless I got this backwards. It was basically love versus it's okay, don't worry about me, a send-off kind of thing. It's the same. Here, Komari is saying it's both. It was both. I was doing both. I told him the exhibit wasn't just me trying to make good memories of all this. And he accepted all of it. He accepted even my negative parts. again, I think right here, she literally told him, I was doing this, again, because she was still trying for him. I think this whole thing was pointing out that the exhibit was another chance at her of trying to get Tamaki. In the end, she was still trying to grab him. And that's what sucks about it. And he accepts the negative side of that, which is literally her being a bad girl, just like with all these other cases. She's glad that she liked him, and she doesn't want to forget him. She's still trying. And she even mentioned the idea that, yeah, we're not going to be able to see each other that much anymore. And he's like, that's a good thing. You know, you can heal and all this kind of stuff. I don't want to hear that from somebody that's never been dumped. He's been dumped so many times at this point. It's just not that he was directly trying to get it. He keeps getting dumped by Yanami. But no, she's afraid of not spending time with him because she doesn't want to lose that love for him. And she knows it's going to happen. Which, again, that implies to me that she still, even after this point, wants to try for him. She's still trying to grab his heart. And that's the sad thing, because it's like that whole aspect, unless Tsukinoki breaks up with him, it's never going to happen. It's probably going to turn that same situation over here with like Lemon, and the idea that, would you leave him just so that he can get with Komari? Is Tsukinoki, does she have that thought in her head? It sucks. Like, it sucks. These dang losing heroines just keep breaking my heart, and Komari's just a very difficult one because she's so timid. And there's that like desire to protect that just makes it hurt even more. I mean, Lemon was the same way, and Lemon is just kind of very, very pure, and just kind of breaks your heart how pure she is, and you want her to be happy too. It's just, all of it just hurts, that pain they all have. But yes, outside of that, a lot of fun this episode. Let's talk about the fun parts. So if you don't like the fun parts, you could just leave. But again, like I said before, Shikaya and Tiara are just so good together. That opening segment where she's basically lying to Tiara that the chairwoman wants her to wear this costume and wants her to say nya, and she just fell for it. So every time she says something, she has to say nya, and she's got this embarrassing look, but she still does it because it's for the chairwoman. No, you have to play the role. You have to say nya. Just sitting there like holding on to her and rubbing her cheek. It's like, Nukumizu just got to see something really nice. And yeah, even the later part where she shows up for the chairwoman and she's just still saying nya. She's like, what are you doing here? This is our exhibit. Oh, sorry about that. And then she just runs off with the chairwoman. When are you going to put on your costume? I never said I was going to put on a costume. And then it jumps over to Shikaya and she's like, she's so gullible. It's cute. I love it. I want more of them so badly. But the chairwoman was weird. The chairwoman was absolutely weird. I wonder if the chairwoman is... There's two sides of it. I either think that the chairwoman is an idiot that's trying to look smart, or just doesn't know what they're doing. Like they're just winging it. Like the whole thing, they're just winging it. I mean, they've already implied before that Shikaya has been protecting them a lot. And it was a lot to do with Tsukinoki and Tamaki. She was trying to protect the club. And so it does make me feel like Shikaya was either feeding wrong information to Tiara, and Tiara was, giving that false information to the chairwoman, or she was just manipulating the chairwoman in general. Like Shikaya, despite the fact that she looks like she's on something all the time and she's completely out of it, maybe she's using all that brain power to figure out ways to manipulate the chairwoman or something like that. Either way, it's like this chairwoman comes in and she's like, yeah, you guys done a lot of bad things in the past. And again, like she said before, I'm not going to let it slide anymore. I wasn't doing anything because of Shikaya, which I just realized that, yeah, Shikaya technically should be graduating too. So we're not going to get more Shikaya and Tiara. Damn it. Damn it. We're not going to get more Shikaya if we go to another year. The second season might still be in this year or something, but they're wrapping up the year. It's like right around the corner. Anyways, she says that like this club is not going to get away with it anymore, but he's like, so you're going to shut us down? No, I'm going to give you, like, I'm going to dissolve you or something like that. And if you get 3 dissolvings, then I guess I don't know what we're going to do. It's like, what is this conversation? Is this chairwoman, again, just winging it? Is she just trying to flaunt her strength, but not actually, not wanting to threaten them? Again, I think that she's just completely out of it. It's just, something is in the walls of the student council room. There's something in those walls, and it's messing with all of them. Shikaya has been there for a long time. She's nearly out of it. Like, she's barely there. And now you have this new chairwoman, and she's out of it. And Tiara's out of it. They're all just out of it. Very, very weird. Anyways, the Fujoshi scenes. Again, this school has got to be full of Fujoshis. Like, the opening segment, again, is the Fujoshi sisters. It's Tsukinoki picking up Komari. And, of course, if they're ever going to school, they're going to be listening to the ring finger and how it doesn't fit. My size is a 14. Don't force it. Don't force it, Yuki. It's like, what is this conversation on this CD? But totally something I can see Tsukinoki wanting to listen to. I was saving this for a good time. It's for Komari. And then later on, Chihaya literally finds out that Komari likes a lot of Fujoshi things, so she's been outed as Fujoshi. So now Chihaya is revealing that she's a Fujoshi. And then you have over here, Tsukinoki is literally trying to tell these little kids about Fujoshi culture. It's like, this is so bad. This whole entire school is bad. But no, the scene with the teachers. I really do feel like the teachers of everything in this show is the most unutilized, because every time they're in a scene, they're pure comedy gold. Now, again, it really makes you question, why does a school have these two teachers hired because they're so bad, especially the nurse. But it's literally Amanatsu is like, oh my gosh, Nukumizu, did you make these? No, those are my sisters. She made them. Hey, does your sister have a big brother? I literally facepalmed the moment she said that. Yeah, that's me. I'm her older brother. No, not you. I mean, like a 30-year-old that's got it well off, and yeah, just set me up with him. Next time I have a family reunion, I'll ask if anybody knows of one. And then literally the nurse walks up, is like, yeah, I would like to meet them. She's like, no, you're gonna stay away from them. These two teachers talking about the most inappropriate thing in front of these kids is so freaking fantastic. I love it. But yeah, other than that, we had, like I said, Yanami was trying to set up Komari and Nukumizu. She's like, don't go to the classroom. You two go out there. Girls, even a girl from the literature club, she needs to have some time with a boy. Yeah, Nukumizu's kind of like a boy. And so they go off to this bench together, and he's like, man, they're gonna see us as a couple. Hey, can you call me Big Brother? She spits it out. It was so bad. And yeah, they go to each one of the different exhibits, and we can have the whole situation with Chihaya apparently has made like a custom gun, which that's kind of scary in itself. But then yeah, you have like, yeah, Lemon very briefly doing her little run, just completely destroying her Kohai. It was a lot of fun. It was a really, really good episode. Really, really liked it. And yeah, the sister was there. The sister was spying on them the entire time, just keeping distance, filming them and everything like that. She's got to make sure that her brother's doing good. But yeah, fantastic episode. Really, really loved it. 2 more episodes. Again, I really need that second season announcement, but we'll see. That's my thoughts on the episode. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, if you did, hit that like button down below, comment. Let me know what you thought of the episode. Additionally, if you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you get my content. I do news reviews, first impressions, top list. If it's anime, it's pretty much here. I just, if you like this content and you want to support the channel more, I have links in the description below. Greatly appreciate what it does, and y'all take care.